started off as a much more modest proposition than what it became. It was really, I sort of been thinking about wanting to go on tour myself, trying to figure out how to make that happen. I was, at the time, primarily a zinester, and I was thinking more like a zine reading tour. Like, I just wanted to sort of get out and share my work in a different way. And so we put together an email about this sort of show that we had dreamed up that we thought could be, this fantastic thing, although we weren't quite sure what it would be. And sent around an email looking for, one or two other people maybe with this abstract idea that we had. And within the first week, we'd gotten 100 emails back, and they just kept coming. And it was a mix of people saying, I want to perform with you, I want to book you, I want to have you stay at my house, I want to give you a free meal at my restaurant. Like, people saying, this is important, we want to support this, we want to see it happen. And so we were like, okay, let's stop, rethink the vision a little bit, and make this into what it clearly needs to be, and not just a tour for ourselves. And it was amazing, and also kind of chaotic that first year, and we learned a lot, and have been making it bigger and better ever since. But it started from pretty modest intentions.
Bite your tongue, or I'll bite it for ya, and turn the lights out and see what I can do.
And I met a young comedian known as Red, who's telling me all the different ways the world's going to end by 2012 or 2050.
I am not a fucking Care Bear. I am not brave. Do you guys know what I'm afraid of? Do you know what I'm afraid of, like deathly afraid of? Besides being eaten alive by crabs. And I'm not talking about like the junk bugs either. I'm talking about the little oceanic crustaceans. Like, they like swarm on you in mass, like they go crazy and they just like climb up you and you can't like get them off, and they start picking you apart and then they stuff you into their little mouths that have hands in them. It's fucking disgusting and terrifying. Like, I never want to die in a way that involves screaming, get them off me, get them off me. But they're particularly terrifying to me. They're like aliens and robots and monsters all like rolled into one. Like, they just scare the hell out of me. And I totally forgot what I was doing. This guy pulls up next to me and he goes, "Hey, you're a hoe." And in my head, I'm like, I'm not a hoe. Sucker.
Anyway, it's going to be a great show. I'm going to get some of it on film tonight.
Well, I obsess, yes, I'm obsessed about that boy you have got. I wake up cutting sore and think of who's more of God. Well, I'm a boy, yes, I'm a toy. Wind me up and watch me go. Stick a needle in my eye, stick a needle in my thigh. Watch me grow, 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 watch me. Can you think of something better?
The biggest highlight for me, honestly, was the first time I heard Timothy do the last piece that he does, because I really, really like what he has to say with it, and it really touched me, and I love watching him perform it every time, and it gives me chills, but that first time I was just like, oh, yes, yes, and I felt so good about it.
He says that while my participation in this project is valued, we don't want to get in any trouble. He is basically asking me to queer it down a little. He is basically asking me to be a bit more invisible for the sake of intolerance. He is basically asking me to look my own teenage suicidal thoughts in the eye and dismiss them. He is basically asking me to tell the next generation we're too obscene to be heard. He is basically asking the wrong fucking person. How did you know that you had the transgender? I can confidently say that my answer will never be the same. I have no idea if I have the transgender. All I know is that I definitely don't not have the transgender, and every day I find another reason why this is working for me, and another reason why I have to say, what the fuck am I thinking? I don't know, okay? Maybe I just wanted to be something.
In the morning you will wonder who has stolen all your fingers, who has stripped your head of ringlets, who has shaved away your beard. In the morning you'll remember a dream composed of strings and claws and tinsel teeth and skinny beaks and grinning purple trees. And you stand there, yes you stand there, and it seems your name right on your tongue. It seems your name right on your tongue. The morning names you knew. Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, 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 ho.
2 human legs and a floppy fish head. And people would form wretched glares at her as she's down in the gutter with her legs wrapped around a newspaper and her head stuck in a coffee cup.
I couldn't tell you exactly, but I know it mentions that I am using sperm and a syringe to demonstrate something, and it doesn't mention that the sperm was, you know, artificial or imitation or anything like that. So it makes it sound much more sensational, perhaps, than what I was actually doing. Probably would have also been more disturbing to the person who actually got shot with it in the audience.
6 years of testosterone injections. I am a pro at handling syringes. So I quickly set to tapping out the bubbles. A little bit splashed out, that's okay. But then something happened. I don't know exactly what. I guess I slipped, and the sperm shot out. And I don't just mean like it dribbled out of the top or, you know, spewed like it just did a minute ago. It soared over her entire body. Now, recall, Ryan lives in a historic home. This wad of sperm landed on some stranger's 200-year-old family portrait.